value for you guys. If you're logging in now and you haven't heard about the free roll, where the hell have you been the last couple of days? We've got 5K's worth of action for you guys, free of charge, that you can have alongside enjoying the cash game poker. We've got a 5-10 game here, loads of money flying around earlier. We've got a couple of familiar faces. We'll see Michael, I think, in seat 7, is it? He's just definitely been in the mix. A couple of very aggressive plays, playing a lot of hands. As you can see here, Jack Deuce off suit, gonna be good enough for an over limp under the gun +1.
Why not?
Not sure strategically it's going to be too sound.
We're going to go 6 ways to the flop, and there's a set straight out the front door for Romeo.
Romeo flops a set. Is he going to get much action? Yeah, Alex has got top pair.
Michael leads out with
Jack Deuce. Wow, this is what we call a leak.
Guys, if you are new to poker, this is not something you want to be adding into your strategy. It can work maybe once in a blue moon, but from what I've seen in a 6-way pot on a Queen Jack 5 spade spade.
Doesn't even have the deuce of spades for the running spades.
The backup. Irish and Spain, that's exactly right. 32 red tomorrow. We'll be giving out details for that free roll tomorrow. We've given away 11K so far this week.
And Romeo's got himself a lovely spot because Michael has led. Alex has decided that his hand is way better than Michael's leading range, which is a correct observation actually, and he does get to thin out the field a little bit by just going for the click as opposed to calling. That means that he might give other players the chance to get a decent price, and he actually sort of dictates the way that the hand is being played now. If he was watching the previous stream, and I'm sure he was a very astute and a shrewd poker player, he would have seen some of Michael's pre-flop leads, post-flop leads, and he's made a very correct assumption.
And obviously Alex was mixing in with Demidov yesterday, wasn't he? Lost that huge pot with a set of 3s.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. He managed to come third, having flop middle set against a straight that shouldn't have been there, in his opinion. This room is in followers only mode. Yeah, please do get on the follower hype. My mum's 11, thanks very much for joining. 2 Pomas as well in the building. That free roll is starting around about now. I need to get my table open and I will be joining you in the mix. My username, guys, is FoldUPunk. Tournament starting shortly. And thanks very much, Donate Me Shit, for the good vibes. You guys find a nice stream I followed today. Nice, very nice, legends, much love. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Thanks very much for your positivity there. So Romeo's going to call with the set. Pretty action-heavy board. He probably wants to keep Michael in the pot, and Michael duly obliges by chucking in the extra €50. And we're going to see a 9 on the turn, which is a good card for Alex because he was pretty much stone dead on the flop versus the bottom set, but he turns himself an open-ender to go along with his top pair.
Wow.
He might be a little bit suspicious as the cold call from Romeo versus a check raise after one person has led into 5 players and another person has raised has to be super strong here. So Romeo's never really going to have a weak hand when he makes this call. But Alex believes that he can follow it up with another bet on the turn. €200 is going to be the sizing. And Romeo, having slow played the flop, now has a bit of a dodgy situation where...
Dicey board.
Well, yeah, he could be up against King 10, he could be up against 10-8, I guess, but he's not. He needs to realise that, well, he's not loving his spot because Michael's check raised with 3 players behind, and Romeo duly obliges by calling. I think that that's pretty standard after you just called the flop.
Shirley Ripper saying Romeo got to raise it up, man, and
yeah, on the flop I believe more. I think that he should have gone to about 275, 325, something along that region. Would have been nice to see, but Alex is going to check the river, and Romeo now knows that he's got the best hand as all of the flush draws bricked, and he can extract some value from Queen X. Maybe even Alex checks a hand like Queen Jack on the river to try and trap a flush draw bluff.
That's actually a really interesting point they make there, that there are a lot of draws that did miss. There are a lot of like 10-9s, King 9s. Obviously King 10 does get there, but there are a lot of flush draws that do miss as well.
Yeah, hands that they can turn into a pure bluff.
Alex obviously doesn't block any of the flush draws. Well, sorry, he doesn't have a spade and it doesn't have the 10 of spades, so which makes it
the front door flush draw,
The most obvious one, yeah.
well, the most important blockers to have, and he unblocks them. So he may be thinking now, I don't really like the sizing from Romeo. It's too value heavy. Are you really going to bet the sizing with the bluff on the river?
Yeah.
Probably not. You really want to bet bigger with his bluffs, so he might be a little bit unbalanced in this spot if he is only betting 350 with fives, and then probably 500 with if he is going to bluff.
More likely than not, I wouldn't be surprised if Alex did actually look him up there. Obviously, with this much money in the middle, he's getting what, over 3-1 on a call.
Yeah, and importantly, he does block them that straight as well.
Yeah, so he might be thinking with the blockers, with no spade in his hand, the way that Romeo has played the hand so far.
A little bit too much of a value sizing from Romeo.
Yeah.
I think Alex is going to be shrewd enough to get away from it.
And obviously with the limped pot pre as well, maybe he's thinking, does he have any ace queens in his range? Any king queens? Obviously does have queen jack in his range sometimes, but
He's got to think how strong is the call on the flop once he's raised with facing a bet, right? So Michael has bet into 5 players. Alex has then raised, and Romeo comes along. Is he going to do that with? Yes, he is going to have some of his obviously premium flush draws, like a king 10, a king 9, etc. But most of the time he's going to fold like the king 10s that don't have a flush draw, maybe king 10 of diamonds that he blocks actually. So unlikely to be up against too much apart from a really premium flush draw or a set of 5s or 2 pair.
sure Repper, he has Alex by the kahunas though.
Absolutely, yeah.
It does. Has the absolute
tough spot.
nizzles, but like you said, such a value bet. Maybe Alex is going to pick up now. It screams call me. But yeah, let's see. He's in the tank here, guys. He is in the tank. And he does make the laydown. Really good laydown there.
Solid
by
stuff
Alex.
from Alex there, mate.
Especially with, obviously he has the blockers in his hand, no spade. It makes it even harder to get away from that. But he does make the correct fold. Off to a bit of a rough start, but when you can make folds like that and you can continue that
saving a lot of
throughout,
money on the population.
Exactly, you're going to save yourself a lot of
because
money.
people just tend to flick it in there when you see a small sizing like that. But then you've, he's correctly deduced that that was not going to be a bluff for that sizing.
Yep.
All the way that the hand was played, he realises that on the flop he's shown a lot of strength, and therefore the cold callers behind are going to have a big piece to do in the mix. Smack that button. Absolutely, absolutely.
Psychgasm, telling them how it is and how it should be.
Hope you're having a good time, Psychgasm. Let us know what you're up to. So a bit of action here pre-flop. Michael's gone with a bit of an ambitious limp. Does decide to chuck 10 euros in with King 6. It's been raised from Alex in the cutoff. Pretty standard isolation when someone's playing so wide. And Romeo is going to call the button, and you get 2 callers behind with fairly speculative hands. So an interesting flop as Alex flops a flush draw with 2 overs. Boris has got himself an open ender, and Michael has a whole lot of diddly squat and is going to lead into the pot with 175 bet with just king high with a backdoor flush draw. Interesting size. Obviously, because he's played so many hands, he does actually have the potential to have a 3 here, which is a useful snippet of info. But he's just been playing so many pots and so unorthodox that I can't see Alex folding just a flush draw here.
I think the way Michael's been playing is that bank heist from earlier on has really got the adrenaline pumping.
Oh,
the blood's still like just maybe a bit of clouded vision. Maybe he thinks he's got the king 6 of clubs and it's king 6 of spades and it's come 4-3 with 2 spades. Never know. Could have misread his cards or something. But hey, it is what it is. Alex comes along with the call, with the flush draw, and it'll be interesting to see if it breaks turn what Alex is going to do, because surely Michael is not going to give up, but he does check it over to Alex. 600 in the middle. Michael's got just over a pot size bit behind. He is ahead, but little does Alex know that Michael just has king high, and if he does apply some pressure here, he should take it down. Reaching for chips, I see a bit of about 3-2-5 personally.
Is Michael going to have the heart to just check rip this?
Best 300, half pot.
I think he's bet so much now that he's not going to be folding. So and Michael goes for a fold. So his plan there was just to try and take the pot down on the...
If you miss out on the 2k package, second is 400, third is 400. You know, there is cash money up for grabs and a decent chunk of that too. And John saying, you love my stories, bro. I mean, I don't mind them. I prefer seeing you lift the trophy in like the Aussie Millions and just winning shit. But look, if you have to balance out with the bad beat stories, as long as you keep winning them trophies, I'll take it. I'll take that. And Shoei Repper getting in there with a bad beat myself, house over house, sad times. That is an absolute cooler. And it is actually better than John's bad beat stories, because John's normally like a 60-40 flip. And house over house is pretty hard to get away. Yeah, pretty hard to get away from.
Unless it's on like a 3-3-3 board and he's just called the lot off with sixes and like a 4-bet pot or something. But let us know what the situation was. Was it a pure house or sort of like one of those fake houses where there's like trips on the board and you just sort of dumped it in?
And Irish in Spain, I seem to be on the all-in table. No surprise there.
Plenty of action.
60-40, you funny guy. John's stuck at the airport in Vienna right now. For those of you who don't know, he's a cash game festival. I like to call him
ambassador.
Ambassador, royalty.
Royalty is a nice way of putting it.
Started his career out about 2 years ago. John, why don't you get your Instagram details in the chat for everyone who's tuning in? If you guys just like following professional players, you might be a professional player yourself and just want to rail other professionals as they travel around the world doing and playing the game that we love, which is obviously No Limit Holdem, PLO. John just loves getting in the mix of everything.
He's got a very
high flush, and now it's disappeared in my chat, and I can't see it for some reason. Got called by 9-0 flush draw with the ace 4, same suit, and he hits the 4. Unlucky. Irish in Spain. Giggle Picklids out as well. Guys, let us know how you get on the free roll. Unibet Poker put €5,000 up for grabs today for everyone who's part of the Cash Game Festival, everyone who's tuning in back home. There's a €2,000 package up for grabs.
Oh, wow.
First, which obviously...
Go guys, go fucking get it.
You took part in one of the hospitality packages today.
I did?
Well, you came along to the mill, to the winery with us.
Yeah.
You took part last night. How was that?
The winery was fucking amazing. Excuse my language, but it was
You're allowed
nice.
to swear, don't worry. We don't.
It was nice. It was like, okay, you get up in the morning, you get on the bus. I didn't want to get up because I'm the kind of guy that want to sleep. But yeah, I get up, I get on the bus. We go to a winery. We get some stuff on the way, get some beer for everybody. We still go. Get there. And this place is not like anything, anywhere you want to think about the winery. Because this is modern, it's concrete, it's paintings, it's art everywhere.
Museum as well, they have the museum.
Yeah. But this is like out of the world. This, it's not like a winery. I've been to wineries. I've been to wineries.
Wow.
But this place is crazy.
We can see some action here.
4-2, yeah.
Boris 3-bet pre-flop to 2-2-5. Devanov getting involved with the 4 deuce of
Flush
clutch.
draw and
Backdoor straight.
backdoor straight.
We can see this go in.
This is going to be fun. But back to today. That's like amazing. Guys, you should be here with us. I cannot tell you on the phone. Be here next time.
There you go, guys. You heard it from the man himself. It's his first time at a Cash Game Festival event. Flew out to Bratislava especially for it, and he's been enjoying the festivities over the past few days, been getting involved in the cash, and yeah, obviously we're going to be seeing a lot more of you in the upcoming events, which I can't wait to see.
Well, like I said, to repeat myself, yes, this is my first time. I'll be here again and again and again, because this is beautiful. The crew behind, you included, and everybody else is so nice. It's fantastic.
Brilliant.
And then you get local guys, new guys on all the tables every time. Gotta love it. Really, gotta love it.
Really good to get that kind of feedback. And Devanov on the turn does pick up the gut shot to go with the flush draw. Boris has moved all in with, well, he had half a pot size bet. There's about 1.15 in the middle already. He's gone in for 630. And Devanov, as we know, doesn't mind putting chips in.
No, but he will fold this one. Demidov is always afraid of losing. Okay, so he got like the 5 as well. So yeah, he's gonna call. Yeah.
Makes the call.
Yeah, he's
And
gonna call.
looks like they're asking how many times they're going to run it. It's the 7 of diamonds on the river. Demonov not going to be liking that one. And
Last night when in the big pot, I asked if they want to do more streets, and he didn't even want to show his cards.
really,
But yeah, but he was ashamed because he was up against straight and a set.
yeah. And
Maybe different now.
so,
But he don't strike me as a guy who wants to do more than one straight.
what about you? Do you run it once, run it twice?
Depends on whatever, yeah.
He was 64% earlier, he's now on 39%. Or maybe he's just a fast learner. He said he's only been playing the game for a month, so
Wow.
yeah.
Only been playing for the month, just hop into 510.
Exactly, just hop into 510. Bit of a character, looks like he's a businessman, I think, salesman, taking a lot of phone calls, so a busy man. But he's given us his presence here on the Cash Game Festival Bratislava on Saturday night, and he's doing very well for himself. He's got a stack of 4.6k in front of him, and further winnings earlier as well, possibly up near the 10k mark in profit for the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's looking pretty good, maybe for the trophy.
Yeah, for the trophy for sure. Do they amalgamate the
No.
it's just for one stream. Right, so
I think he
then
needs 460 something big blinds.
big blinds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Or
we're playing
57.
2-5 here, so he's got over that if he's in for a good grand, right?
Is it 2-5 or 510?
Oh, this is 5-10, sorry, it was
Yeah.
2-5 earlier, wasn't it? Yeah, so let's pop up into the action. Michael has limp called the 7-5 suited under the gun +1. That's pretty consistent to what he's been doing for most of the day. Demidov has found himself with queens again. That's a nice hand. Got the max from queens last time, and now looks down at them again, puts in the raise, plays that quite well. And Romeo with a fairly adventurous flat with ace-6 offsuit does flop a piece here. Let's see what's going to develop. Is Romeo going to follow it up with a call on the flop? He knows that Demidov's continuing range is pretty much his entire hands that he makes the raise with pre-flop. Do you think Michael's going to be in the mixer with the backdoor flush draw?
He really
Who
should
knows,
be,
right?
but who knows exactly? It's like playing the ultimate Holdem casino game, right? Would you go in on the ultimate Holdem casino game?
Yeah, exactly. It's a complete minefield, this cash game. And if you are around the Slovakian area,
He isn't.
he is in.
He might be in for a raise though. We see a few
Oh, right.
yellows
It's
out
been
there.
very
that-
unorthodox.
The raise
Romeo's
sizing
actually-
is horrible though.
Romeo's decided to turn his bottom pair into a bluff. He probably thinks that that's probably his reason. He had a plan pre-flop. He's going to call with a weak hand to show some aggression post, because he believes that Demidov is going to c-bet too much and that he can take down some dead money. So, I mean, I'm trying to find some positives here, but trying to
Okay,
find
so the 5-7 was out of the hand. The graphics were just a little bit wrong here.
yeah.
This is making more sense.
Absolutely. Scarmaker reporting in. Hello. Another familiar face and name that's been active in the chat. Great to have you, and you've come in at a good time because we're going to have a huge pot here. Romeo has gone for a bluff raise on the flop with bottom pair, decided that that's not got enough value to just call the flop bet, so goes for a raise, and he's got it stuck in his eye straight away. Tough spot.
It's
But
not
he's
that tough for Romeo though. You got to get out of the hand at this point.
Yeah, but
If he's bluffing, he's bluffing.
frustrating more is probably a better word,
Yeah,
I'd say.
yeah.
Because when you follow through on a bluff and the guy that you still think could be bluffing you comes over the top, it's kind of hard. Demidov himself actually not a fan of the raise over that raise because he does block some of the bluffs with queens. He blocks actually a lot of the open-ended straight draws.
It could have been suicide if he had Jack 10,
Yeah.
as well.
Jack 10 jacks, he could have any pocket
Sort
pair
of
there.
committed to
Yeah.
a reshove.
Yeah. Could you ask for? Only 90 of you tuning in. I'm a bit disappointed by that. There's definitely a...
There he is. He's in the
Hey!
building.
Vienna!
And
So,
Michael raising it up to 50 from the hijack with 10-4 offsuit.
Wow.
Romeo just decides to come along with the flat call in the big blind after Demonov decided to come along with 8-5 suited. And this could be interesting turn card here. Demonov turns open-ended straight draw with the flush draw to go
Wow,
with it.
huge card for Demidov. He's almost flipping with just a turn, with just a river to come, and it folds to him, and this is probably going to work. Although Romeo, I wouldn't be too disappointed to see him. I wouldn't be too surprised to see him call one here. He knows that Demidov's very wide. It is a double flush board, so plenty of bluffing combos on this one. He doesn't even have the jacks with spades or the jack of clubs, so unblocks all of the potential hands that Demidov might be firing. Well, some of the potential hands Demidov might be firing a bluff with here. So definitely, probably going to be worth calling one. Yeah, and he obliges, and I like this play so far. Demidov is certainly going to be wider than just Ace X here. He's going to have all sorts, and he does have one of the best hands to be bluffing with, 8-5 of clubs. So he's got the open ender, he's got the flush draw. Guys, how predictable is this going to be? What do we think the river's going to be? Is it going to be the 4 of clubs?
Jack of clubs.
Queen of clubs, there we go. So Demidov locks it up again, €700 pot, and Romeo in a slightly easier decision because the club comes, but it is an overcard as well, so adds some hands that Demidov might be able to beat him with, like Queen X of spades, hands like that. Be interesting to see what the sizing is from Demidov on the river.
Romeo reaching for chips, and this is a...
What's he going for, a feeler bet and then just folds to a raise? I'm not really too sure about this line.
300 and 700, doesn't block anything, and
I think Demidov said his favourite hand was Jack 10 suited, but he's going to be loving 8-5 of clubs in this spot, that's for sure. A little bit bemused by the looks of things. Possibly angling. Seems like the sort of player that would raise all sorts of hands here. Yeah, he's got raising chips. He's probably going to make it 600, is he? Just a little click back.
Fashioned min click. The man keeps embarrassing these twos with hands like 8-5. Hey, you got to play any two to actually. You can't win if you fold, right?
No.
Can't win if you fold. So.
And this is the problem with Romeo's lead on the river here. He doesn't get called by too many worse hands, and he's going to flush draw. That's. It seems like if you're going to defend 9-8 off, why wouldn't you continue when you flop that well? But hey ho. If it's a low stakes MTT, I might get smashed. Yeah, especially the live ones, 'cause it's quite fun. I don't drink alcohol at all, so can't add anything to this combo. Spelt wrong, possibly due to the nature of his sobriety. Definitely a lie from Jeffrey there. Absolutely can be seen past the hour of 5 o'clock, tucking into beer after beer after beer. Was drinking pure vodka, I think, at that time last night.
With his purple bracelet on, getting the free drinks in, and he was getting drinks in for everyone else as well. Psychgasm, I don't trust anyone that doesn't drink.
Yeah, usually means they're some sort of serial killer and they don't trust their impulses after a few, doesn't it?
So what are you going to do after a few drinks down you? But yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly. I can verify it from about 15 different sources, I think. In fact, the entire lobby would have witnessed it today. So, not going to get that bluff through, Jeremy. Jeffrey, sorry. I keep calling you Jeremy.
Michael limping in, ace-jack off here from under the gun. Alex ISOing him again with the king-queen off. Romeo coming on for the ride, the cut-off with the king-4 of diamonds. Kevin gonna fold when he looks down at the 9-4 offsuit, and I've got a funny feeling Michael's gonna come in for cheeky limp raise. We saw Demidov do it earlier on with the pocket sixes, and he does 3-bet to 100. Now Alex in a weird spot, he's got a player behind, even though it is a min click. Not gonna be loving life from an under the gun limp 3-bet. Although obviously Michael up until this point has been very unorthodox in terms of
very
style
unorthodox.
play.
Definitely want to be continuing with King Queen here. Michael's been doing this with all sorts of stuff. We are, yeah.
It's not luck.
Oh, thanks very
I
much.
wouldn't arrive.
Oh wow! Great to have
Wow.
you. It's not
My
luck.
beer's
Active in the chat the last couple of days.
Wow.
Fancy joining us on the stream?
Not at the moment. I
No?
Tomorrow maybe.
Okay, excellent.
Brilliant.
We're gonna be
Love
here
to have
playing
you.
cash.
Good job, yeah.
Thanks very
mate.
much,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you both.
Nice, we'll come and have a drink
It's not luck in the
afterwards.
building. It's not luck in the building.
It's
We're gonna
not
go
luck
for a
in the
beer
building.
afterwards.
There you go, guys.
See you then.
Yesterday in the chat, I don't know if you guys saw,
Thanks, mate.
Day before.
it's the day before. It's not luck said he's got to come and join us. We were kind of trolling him, saying we don't believe you. Get over it.
Yeah.
Just come over to us to introduce himself and shake our hands. Guys, if you are in the chat and you really want to get involved in this Cash Game Festival, do what It's Not Like did and just book yourself a ticket and get over it.
Wow, interesting comment from Roseboom. I've never been called a nerd in my life, but here we go. Hey ho, different perspectives. That's what we like. We want to see as many opinions as possible. Michael here has called. Alex has bet. Michael's called with. Oh my God! Look at this. The amount of fortune that Michael and Demidov have been having is ridiculous. He's literally dead to an ace and does peel off the ace. And what I mean by dead to the ace is that if he hits, well, I suppose if he hits a jack, he's continuing, but he's not going to have the best hand. But Alex is going to know that he's ahead on the flop. And look at this bemused look from Alex. He's kind of thinking, for Christ's sake, why is there a ace on this turn? He's the only player that could continue. Obviously, Michael can conceivably have some like ace king, ace queen hands, ace jack, like what he has. Not the sort of player to fold on a dry ball with ace high either. We did see him call out of position with ace 5 on a 9-7-7. Mark from Connecticut, thanks very much. Thanks very much for the update. Asked about last night. The tourney he was in, 12 out of 102, 18 paid. Great inspiration. No, great inspiration from you, man. Thanks very much for getting involved.
Great stuff,
really
Mark.
lovely having you involved. And let us know how you're getting on tonight if you are playing. Or is that a 2-day tournament or something and there's still 102 left? Let us know. Irish in Spain with a hilarious comment, actually. I just read this. There's a guy in Marbella, right? He's had 10 beers and he's pretending to be wasted. He's throwing chips about this, that and the other. Alcohol-free beers.
Brilliant.
Great stuff.
Absolutely brilliant.
This is the thing about poker, right? People have found an edge in any kind of format, and live you can do so much with it as well. So obviously if you're playing online, quite funny, for sure.
Yeah, that was quality. It's one of the highlights of the show for sure.
Absolutely.
Clipped straight away by Sarcasm.
I
Picked
swallow
up on
it was. You can probably guess what the third word was. So Mario's perking up a bit. He's having a good time, even though he is probably down in the region of about 500 in this game. But he's probably loving seeing some of the action that's going on, and he just can't wait to get in the mix himself. That was quite a fun hand. If anyone wants to clip that one from start to finish, let's get that one up on the Cash Game Festival social media accounts. I think the trend these days is people are always on their phone quite a lot, but don't seem to really want to sit down for a super long stream. So the hands are great because you cater for all types of people. We get the patient and adoring fans such as yourself, who we really love to commentate and share the banter with, but we also get people that maybe are a little bit too busy or have got other stuff going on that can just see the highlights and soak in the vibes that way.
You've got some male fans in the building now, buddy. You did. White shirt commentator, you're a champ, a very considerate lover. It's the no homo kappa in the chat.
No homo
well.
kappa, but very much. Yep, I will give you my number after the stream. Give me a whisper.
Drop him a whisper. If it's dirty, I'm on it. Oh wait, not exactly what I meant. Sarcasm. Get involved as well. And Boris outflopping everyone after making it 50 to go with ace queen offsuit. Sasha decides to lead on a king queen 3-4 board with pocket fives, goes for the pot size bet in a multi-way pot, and I think he's going to get looked up by Boris here. Probably not going anywhere with the ace queen, and Boris does actually elect to fold it, and Sasha is going to get the pocket fives through there. Takes down a €415 pot.
Great stuff, great stuff. So some fairly unorthodox play has been the theme of tonight. If you are just tuning in, where the hell have you been? We've had some mad 5-10 action here live from the Banco Casino in Bratislava, and we are seeing money being dished around left, right this week, giving out two 3 rolls with 10K's worth of value.
Rajay, €200 in your back pocket. Thanks for tuning in, and very well played to make it through a field like that. And please make sure you do tune in tomorrow. We've got another free roll coming up for you from these guys right here. 32 red, got £500 up for grabs for the Twitch viewers only. Can't wait to get that one going. And I think we've got about 5 minutes worth of action left for you today.
Big fan of this limp under the gun from Romeo. a mad action table, so he's going to be able to go for a limp 3-bet a lot of the time here with the ace-queen. Certainly a good enough hand too. You've got to start adjusting your ranges when people are playing almost every hand.
A fist bump there from Kevin to turn off as well.
And he goes for a limp call, not too much of a fan of that. People are going to be playing the limp 3-bet very wide, and you can reduce the SPR, which would be nice with a hand like ace-queen. Does flop top pair though, and has got the best of it versus Sasha, who has isolated him under the gun +1 with king jack. Flops middle pair with a backdoor king high flush draw. A couple of backdoor straight draw opportunities as well. So don't think that they're going to be going anywhere. Let's see what Romeo does on the flop here. Where's face BB? In the building.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
And the 9 on the turn improves Sasha from just middle pair to middle pair with a gutter. And it goes check, check. 4 on the hearts, 4 of hearts on the river should change nothing, so I'm sure Romeo should be able to find a value bet here. Played his hand very conservatively so far. How much is he going to go for? I'd like a bet in the region of the 200 to 250. I think once Sasha checks back the turn, unlikely that they're going to be slow playing a hand that's better than ours.
Free-handed now in the free roll.
Looks like a fairly smallish bet. What's that, in the region of 150 to 170? I think we want to have some bluffs here, so I'd like to see a slightly bigger sizing.
It's the last time of the day. Sasha
Prime
just
call from
flicks it in,
Sasha, and,
gets the bad news, and
Romeo gets the juice.
gets the 6-6-5 pot. And
I'm not saying limp jamming the ace queen. I'm saying for the limp 3-bet. If he is going to limp.
George is just like, hell. No, I don't think George meant limp jam 200 big blinds with ace queen offsuit.
No, no,
John,
no.
You're still hungover from the last 3 days of antics.
We've had a
you've been
good
up
party
to.
last night with John.
Yeah.
John was great value in the nightclub. We're having a good dance with him and his lovely female friend.
And he's up for breakfast this morning. Gave me a call at about 5 to 10 saying I'll be down in 5.